Hello, welcome to Random Acts. We're on late and we are dedicated to uncategorizable short films from all around the world. I'm Zawe Ashton, the agreeable bed and breakfast host to your weary traveller. Come in, come on. Help yourself to the music videos, animation, comedy, dance. Do you know what? You can even go in the drawer marked uncategorized. Now tonight, don't be alarmed if you see us crashing toga parties, reimagining Shakespeare with David Oyelowo, and submerging multiple random objects in the deep blue sea. This film is part music video, part visual art. Director Sillis wants to take us flying off the top of a building and into a futuristic world, and we're going to let him. I know. If Davis jumps off an animated office block, does that mean you have to too? This one is about the big themes: life, love, memories, fears. And with the title, Teardrops in the Rain, Davis, you've snuck a nerdy Blade Runner reference in there. You know, I love discovering an artist that's totally unsigned and all about girl power. Basically, anyone who picks up where the Spice Girls left off is fine by me. Fran Lobo infuses powerful modern songwriting with traditional Indian dance moves by way of some incredible choreography from Sarah Green. Fran is looking to her past to realise her future. And speaking of the past, I don't know why I never started a girl band. I mean, surely being tone deaf doesn't matter if you've got a strong message and can play 4 chords on the guitar.
You think you found me in darkness, you think you found me in pain. Now this mania is running around again. Big drum is syncopated, organs reverberating. So when you remember me, leave my dreams and let me sleep. I got this thing going through me like whoa, I got this thing going through me like whoa. My lungs are growing heavy, my blood is sours like wine, and my aching head is rolling all the time. She haunts me while I rest. See, she still remembers me. Won't leave my dreams, she lets me weep. I got this thing going through me like whoa, I got this thing going through me like whoa, I got this thing, it's going through me like whoa. Marching on and on, the dead could never kill my song. Oh, I'm marching on and on, the dead could never kill my song. Oh, I'm marching on and on, the dead could never kill my song. Oh, I'm marching on and on, the dead could never kill my song.
I've been to quite a few house parties in my time, and I would say the thing that connects them all, as well as vomit, is social anxiety. You're walking up the drive, you're not sure anyone's going to be amused by your carefully fabricated anecdotes. I mean, what if everyone's drinking wine from wine glasses, and all you've brought is this value bottle of paint stripper? Organised fun, it's a nightmare. Performance poet Ross Sutherland is just about as rubbish as me. But that's the whole point of this next animation from the Closter brothers, featuring a hopeless romantic whose dreams of a toga party hookup we're about to see crash and burn.
Party number 1. The theme of the party is toga. Toga party. I arrive early and help Karen set up the dips. Hey, Karen, I say, handing her the guacamole. I hope there's dancing tonight, eh? Yeah, says Karen. It's gonna be like the last days of Rome. Ha ha, I laugh as well. Ha ha ha. Karen touches me on the arm, then leaves to get the breadsticks. It is totally on. Most of the guests have hired their togas from a shop. They've got gold trim and calf straps. They're quite modest, but that's not my style. No, I've gone with the classic bedsheet over the shoulder look. It's authentic, it's Animal House, it's sexy. It says, I effortlessly complete the brief. Is that a nipple? I hadn't even noticed. The party fills quickly, like a sexy bath. It is not a suicidal orgy, but it is fun. At midnight, I noticed a guy in the corner dressed in chinos and a sky blue sports shirt. Karen is hanging on his every word. Hey, this is Dave, she says. Hey, dude, I say. Forget your costume. Dave's eyes flit to Karen. He snorts. No. I've come as Toga Matsumoto, the famous Japanese composer. He composed the themes to almost every anime series of the 90s. My face turns red. Yeah, I knew that, I say. Hang on, I've just got to get something. I walk out the front door and go home.
Why do we feel more emotionally vulnerable at times of political upheaval? Apparently, people are more likely to form long-term romantic attachments when they feel economically stable. So, never. On the other hand, in times of turmoil, it is hookup central. Visual artist Margot Bowman has her finger on the pulse of that alienated zeitgeist with her film The Summer of Hate, which uses computer animation to reflect on the impact of politics on us vulnerable, horny humans.
A t-shirt too thin, a bag too shiny. Sommer and her dog Ego were not local when it showed.
Okay, 8 minutes. After the bridge, second turn on the left.
Information was shared through signs and stabs. In a family of languages west of his birthplace and east of hers, a pair of strangers, but old friends on some prehistoric level too, Sommer left home after things changed. She missed the unity. It might have been a lie, but it tasted better than the bitterness of us and them. Connection became a high she chased, lazily scored through communes with strangers. The more random the pairing, the bigger the thrill. She was tired from traveling, exhausted from hoping, and heartbroken from reading the news. He came back from his working day excited and gleaming with an unquestioned faith in life and its potential that she was trying to forget about. So over foreign snacks, she told him what happened at home. That hollow chant of
take back control, take back control, take back control.
For him, it was the end of the month. For her, it was the end of the world. That gap in their realities was ignored when they stood and kissed. First, the soft layer, cheek, lip, thumb, tongue, then hard edges. Knee, hip, toe, tooth, erection, knuckle. Now Sommer was high off the rush of that accelerated intimacy. The ease, that penetration and orgasm cut through divisions of language and gender, leaving them in a bath of primordial soup where she found what felt like home. He was tired but satisfied from their night of sex and his day of work. A perfect cog of digital capitalism, who met her out on the slice of common ground they'd carved out for themselves. Out here it was windy and cold. She felt inadequate and he looked bored, and whatever they'd shared quickly began to disappear. Thank God for ego, the only thing that saved her. Rejection and self-loathing split her up like a carcass. Brain, memory, stomach, sex, all floated in tandem on her way to Uma. Inside, she moved through the crowd, unified, identityless, sweat, hair, rubber bound them. Forgetting the rejection, their hate, the news. This was a freedom worth fighting for, and these would be the people to do it. Glass and flesh met like old friends in the crowd's dance of love and hate. And through shared fluids, the faceless citizens of this world connected. Watching for tips on how to survive, Sommer sipped her energy drink and danced.
You know when you're feeling a bit emotional and any random object sent flying against the wall or the floor feels like it could just solve everything? Well, visual artist Tom Dale sort of feels that too, but he's sensibly decided that a better way to deal with modern life is not to break stuff, but to drop things gently into the sea.
Leave windows, leave walls, leave chairs, leave doors, leave buckled paths and habits, the sky on the ceiling, the horizon outside. Take this voice for your own. These words, this light, they are all, like you, fugitive. Your thoughts are found in the words of others now. Let the ear grasp what the eye lets slip. Only the voice unlocks the reflection from the mirror. Only the voice lets pictures exceed their own dead end. Here, every word and image is opaque. Moving through them, we illuminate each with an utterance of our own. Expand between vanishing points, what is so easily compressed in the present. What can only be felt in the shifting of channels, floods, and tides must now be spoken to life in rooms, costumes, and small delights. As these waters subside, what is made here will no longer be savaged by the current. What rises from these waters, what remains here, depends on you. But everything you see before you is your own. This house, these planes, this voice, these words. Walking amongst them, I will tell you of a life lived without you. You won't believe me, and neither will I.
If it wasn't for Leonardo DiCaprio, I may never have warmed to Shakespeare. And it wasn't just because he was crazy-makingly handsome in Romeo and Juliet. It was because when he spoke, it felt like, I don't know, he was speaking directly to me. Jamie Whitby, our next director, thinks everyone should get to feel like that. So he's recruited the brilliant David Oyelowo to give extraordinary depth and resonance to a speech from the Tempest that you might still be having nightmares about from English GCSE. Here's a fresh take on a classic, which gives me tingles on a Shakespearean scale.
is full of noises, sounds, and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about my ears, and sometimes voices. That if I then had waked after long sleep, will make me sleep again. Ready to drop upon me, that when I waked, I cried to dream again.
Join us next week for another delicious buffet of alluring and avant-garde finger food from the world of music, animation, dance, and art.